Village of Bartlett Board meeting for May 3rd, 2022. I call the meeting to order and ask the clerk to please call the roll.
Trustee Daney?
Present.
Gansey?
Here.
Gunstein? Here. Hopkins? Here. Ranky?
Present.
Sawansky? Here. President Wallace?
Here. We have requested that Pastor Alex Culpepper of Alliance Bible Church do our invocation this evening. Pastor, thank you for being here.
I'd invite you to pray with me, please. Father in heaven, you are a giver of good gifts. And I thank you that in this community we enjoy the gifts of firefighters and first responders and police officers who care for us so well. We ask that you would continue to equip them with the ability to know how to respond in those moments that are so crucial. And Lord, as a giver of good gifts, we also come to you acknowledging that we are fragile people and we need the wisdom that you have to give. So I pray for our board tonight, that you would give them the wisdom that you so freely offer. Lord, we are grateful for this opportunity to steward this community, and I pray that the stewardship of this community would be cared for well by the people in this room. We ask these things in Christ's name. Amen.
Thank you, Pastor. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay. Is it charging?
Brings us to our consent agenda this evening. All items listed with an asterisk will be enacted in one motion. There'll be no separate discussion on items on the consent agenda. That being said, would anyone like to add or remove anything from the consent?
I would like to add item A1 to the consent.
Does anybody have any discussion around the final grassland ordinance? Okay. Anything else?
I would like to add off of licensed ordinance 1A through N, if I can.
I don't think we can. I think that has to be voted on.
No, because
Yep.
he's got to make the appointment first.
I got to make the appointment.
So, unfortunately.
All right, I'll entertain a motion to amend the consent agenda this evening, which will include the public hearing, board and committee minutes from April 19, 2022, the bills list from May 3, 2022. The consent this evening will also be adding item A1. The consent will also include item C1. The consent this evening will also include items C2 or D, 2, 3, and 4. The consent this evening will also include items F, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10.
So moved.
Moved by Trustee Daney, second by Trustee Hopkins. Will the clerk please call the roll?
Trustee Gansey?
Yes.
Gunstein? Yes. Hopkins?
Yes.
Ranky?
Yes.
Sawansky?
Yes.
Daney?
Yes.
The motion carries. I entertain a motion to approve the amended consent agenda.
So moved.
Moved by Trustee Daney, second by Trustee Hopkins. Will the clerk please call the roll?
Trustee Gunstein? Hopkins? Ranky?
Yes.
Sawansky?
Yes.
Daney?
Yes.
Gansey?
Yes.
A motion carries. No treasurer's report this evening. Next item we have is President's report, and I have some proclamations. And because my voice is just about ready to go, I handed a few of them out to other members of the board. So if I do get through this meeting, it would be a miracle with my voice, but I'm going to give it a shot. So a proclamation for Anita Weirdrick for her leadership in scouting. Whereas Anita Weirdrick is honored for her many years of leadership with both the Boy Scouts and Girl Scouts in Bartlett. And whereas Anita is a lifetime member of the Girl Scouts, she has generously given 50 years of her time in the Boy Scouts of America and 47 years in the Girl Scouts. And whereas her service in Boy Scouts includes serving as den mother for Cub Scouts, then as Cub Scout Master. As such, she was the committee chair for the Cub Scout Pack 26, setting the calendar and goals, served as Scoutmaster for Boy Scout Troop 26, and again, committee chair and/or committee member for a period of over 30 years, participated in the Council Advancement Committee, served as co-chair of the Three Fires Council Advisory Board, served as a staff member for Wood Badge Training, led groups of youngsters to Philmont Scout Ranch for week-long no-impact camping for 5 years. That was tiring just reading all that. Whereas Anita has received numerous awards, including an award of merit from the Two Rivers Council, the Silver Beaver Award from the Three Fires Council, and 3 years ago, the Veterans Award for 47 years of service. Whereas in Girl Scouts, she served 3 years as Daisy Scout Leader, 6 years as a Brownie Scout Leader, 6 years as a Junior Scout Leader, 6 years as a Cadet Scout Leader. The girls in her troop all earned the Silver Award. 6 years as a Senior Scout Leader. She received many leadership awards in Girl Scouts, so many, in fact, that she has lost track of specifics. And now, therefore, I, Kevin Wallace, President of the Village of Bartlett, Cook, DuPage, and Kane Counties, Illinois, do hereby extend our deep appreciation to Anita Weirdrick for her distinguished service to the community dated this 3rd day of May, 2022. All right, wow, thank you for your service to the community. That was amazing.
Kevin.
Oh, yeah.
All right.
Didn't he?
Next proclamation this evening is National Police Week proclamation. I've requested that Trustee Swansky read that for us, being she's on the Police and Health Committee. Trustee Swansky.
National Police Week, May the 15th through the 21st, 2022. The Congress and President of the United States have designated May 15th as Peace Officers Memorial Day and the week in which it falls as Peace Week, and whereas the members of the Bartlett Police Department play an essential role in safeguarding the rights and freedoms of the citizens of Bartlett, and whereas it is important that all citizens know and understand the duties and responsibilities of their police department, and that members of our police department recognize their duty to serve the people by safeguarding life and property, by protecting them against violence and disorder, and by protecting the innocent against deception and the weak against oppression or intimidation. And whereas the Bartlett Police Department has grown to be a modern, scientific, and nationally accredited law enforcement agency, which unceasingly provides a vital public service, now therefore I, Kevin Wallace, Village President, call upon all citizens of Bartlett and upon all patriotic, civil, and educational organizations to observe the week of May 15th through the 21st as Police Week with a virtual candlelight vigil on Sunday, May 15th, in which all of our people may join in commemorating police officers, past and present, who by their faith and loyal devotion to their responsibilities have rendered a dedicated service to their communities, and in doing so, have established for themselves an enviable and enduring reputation for preserving the rights and security of all citizens. I further call upon all citizens of Bartlett to observe Sunday, May 15th, as Peace Officers Memorial Day to honor those peace officers who, through their courageous deeds, have lost their lives or have become disabled in the performance of duty, and let us recognize and pay respect to the survivors of our fallen heroes. Dated 3rd of May, 2022.
Thank you, Chief. Anita, I need to sign that, so before you leave, I actually looked down and realized I didn't sign that, so let me do that quick.
Make it.
I'm sure you don't want to stay for the entire exciting board meeting. Sorry about that. All right, the next proclamation we have this evening is National Bike Month Proclamation. Village of Bartlett Proclamation recognizing May 2022 as Bike Month. Whereas more than a century, the bicycle has been an important part of the lives of most Americans. And whereas today millions of Americans engage in bicycling because it's viable and environmentally sound form of transportation, an excellent form of fitness, and provides quality family recreation. And whereas the Village of Bartlett's Bike and Run Advisory Committee promotes safe bike and pedestrian activities on the village's bike path system, and whereas Ride Illinois is educating cyclists and motorists to the proper and safe operation of bicycles at that website. I have actually taken that quiz. It's a good thing to do. And whereas the Village of Bartlett, the Bartlett Park District, and DuPage County Forest Preserve and independent cyclists through our village are promoting greater public awareness of bicycles, operations, safety, and education in an effort to reduce the accidents, injuries, and fatalities for all. Now, therefore, I, Kevin Wallace, Village President of the Village of Bartlett, Cook, DuPage, and Kane Counties, Illinois, do hereby proudly proclaim month of May 2022 as Bike Month in Bartlett, dated this 5th day of May 2022. I've requested Chairman Hopkins to read the Building and Safety Month Proclamation, as that's his committee. So, Chairman Hopkins.
Building Safety Month Proclamation. Whereas the Village of Bartlett is committed to addressing the critical issues of safety, energy, efficiency, resilience in the residential, commercial, and industrial buildings that serve our citizens both in everyday life and in times of natural disaster. And whereas our confidence in these buildings is achieved through the diligence of building safety and fire prevention officials, architects, engineers, builders, tradespeople, design professionals, laborers, plumbers, and others in the construction industry who work year-round to ensure the safety construction of buildings, and whereas modern building codes include safeguards to protect the public from national disasters, such as hurricanes, snowstorms, tornadoes, wildfires, floods, earthquakes, and whereas Building Safety Month is sponsored by the International Code Council to remind the public about the critical role of our community's largely unknown protectors of public safety, our local code officials who assure us of safe, sustainable energy, efficient, and livable buildings that are essential to American prosperity. And whereas Safety for All, Building Codes in Action, the theme for Building Safety Month 2022, encourages all Americans to become more aware of the importance of safe and resilient construction, fire prevention, disaster mitigations, energy conservation, water safety, training the next generation in new technologies in the construction industry. And whereas each year in observance of Building Safety Month, Americans are asked to consider projects to improve building safety at home and in the community, and to acknowledge the essential service provided to all of us by local and state building departments, federal agencies in protecting the lives and ensuring the safety of the properties where we live, learn, work, worship, and play. Now, therefore, on behalf of Kevin Wallace, President of the Village of Bartlett, Cook, DuPage, and Kane counties, do hereby proclaim the month of May 2022 as Building Safety Month in the Village of Bartlett, dated this 3rd day of May 2022.
Thank you, Chairman Hopkins. Does anyone have any questions for staff?
I have a couple things that I'd like to just talk about a little bit. As you know, I like talking about our anniversaries and birthdays, and we have some anniversaries. We have Chris Hostetler. He's our IT coordinator. He has 26 years of service. This is the best part of the meeting. Why are people walking out?
That's your wife.
I know it.
She's heard enough of you, huh?
I guess they said
Does
too
that
much.
happen often, Ray?
I guess I said too much at home.
You might want to get a hotel room tonight, Ray.
Don't start, Ray.
Chris Hostetler, our IT coordinator, is 26 years. And Lauren, well, let me start also here with Todd Dowden, our finance director. He has 21 years. Tony Fraden, our economic development coordinator, has 17 years. And lastly, our village clerk, Lorna here, Lorna Giles, has 15 years. Congratulations to all of you. And there's just one birthday here that really stuck out. Our mayor, the president, our village president, has a birthday on the 17th of this month. So congratulations.
39.
Now, we've embarrassed Paula. We're going to embarrass you. We're going to
We
sing.
could actually do it on our next meeting, because that's actually,
All right, well, wait till then. All right. And the last thing I have to say is, we've had an ongoing golf match.
oh, you don't have to bring this up, right?
Well, this is part of my embarrassment. And the village board has been playing against some staff members, and it's been going on for some time. So we had our match last week, and staff won again. That comprised Scott Strickey and the gentleman I'm sitting next to me here on the right, Brian Mraz, and they beat us 1-up in our match. So we lost again.
We live to fight another day.
Yeah, but the best part about the story is on the 16th hole, it's par 5. Kevin and I are laying there. We're just off the green, and we really believe we're going to win the hole. And Mr. Mraz hits a chip shot from about 70 yards out. It was the ugliest chip shot I've ever seen in my entire life. I mean, it just sculled across the ground, went over right up to the green, and it stops about a foot, maybe 12 inches, 10 inches from the cup. They made birdie, and that's where they went 1-up, and we went par after that and lost the match. So again, staff, part of the penance that I have to pay besides the gambling debt we had is I have to embarrass Kevin and myself and in the public saying we lost the golf match again. So, but we will get him next time.
There's a certain appointment tonight that we could consider, though.
What?
Is that why Peggy left? Is that why Peggy walked out?
Yeah, she was embarrassed.
I do have a couple quick questions. I just wanted to see if there was
Real
a
questions.
possibility to get an update on the apartment building and the car dealership progress.
Regarding the car dealership, it's my understanding that they have submitted engineering plans, and those are under review right now. So we're just waiting on a full submittal for the building. And Paula can elaborate on the apartments too, but we are waiting to close on that property.
The mayor and I are meeting with Mr. Rafidia next Wednesday to get an update on where they are. They had asked for an extension when we met with them 3 months ago due to, supply delays that they were having. So we agreed to meet in May and see where they're at.
They couldn't get 90 refrigerators. Yeah,
Just ask a
dishwashers.
quick question. How are we doing with all the rain that we've been getting?
I wish it would stop. We've had a lot of rain. Overall, we're doing pretty good, but I do see all the basins are filling up, so it needs to stop soon because we're getting to that point where we're saturated. So hopefully it'll dry out. Next week it looks like it's going to get warm, so hopefully it'll help dry things out.
With the construction at the treatment plant, does all this rain, does it interfere with production over there, or?
It slows things down because they're working in the rain, but they're far enough away along that they've got some footings poured,
Yeah.
floors poured, so they're able to put some of that stuff, so that's not too bad.
Thank you.
I'd just like to say thank you to whoever put the video together about the train merger, because I thought it was very helpful and with all the different points in there, and it was very easy to fill out the opposition form and send it to our representatives, so I encourage anyone who hasn't done that to do it and to keep sharing that video so everyone is aware. So thank you.
Absolutely. Good point. I think Scott Skricky was an
Yeah.
editor in that.
Scott Skricky was the creator of that, and all our other coalition members have asked Scott to do one for them too,
Nice.
or at least steal ours.
Future in movies, Bodie.
Anything else? Questions? All right, moves to town hall portion of the meeting. Anyone would like to address the board, kindly step up to the podium and state your name and address for the record. Does anyone like to address the board today? Is that Chris that's online? Can't read that.
Yes, Mayor. There is no one looking to speak.
All right, thanks, Chris. All right, seeing none, we will move on to standing committee reports. First standing committee report is Building and Zoning, Chairman Hopkins.
Thank you, President Wallace. Item A1 was covered under the consent agenda tonight.
Thank you, Chairman Hopkins. Community and Economic Development, Chairman Gansey.
Thank you, President Wallace. There's nothing to report tonight.
Thank you, Chairman Gansey. Finance and Golf Committee, Chairman Daney.
Thank you, Mr. President. Item C1 was covered under consent.
Thank you,
Nothing
Chairman
else.
Daney. And License and Ordinance Committee, Chairman Gunstein.
Thank you, Mr. President. Tonight we have 14 appointments. Annual appointments of the village officers by the village president with the consent, advice and consent of the board.
Yeah, I'll just do them all on one. So I would appoint, I intend to appoint with the consent of the board, Village Administrator Paul Schumacher, Village Attorney Brian Mraz, Village Treasurer Todd Dowden, Village Budget Officer Todd Dowden, Director of Public Works Daniel Dinges, Building and Code Enforcement Division Manager, Building Official John Komarowski, Electrical Inspector William Detmer, Plumbing Inspector Dwayne Burris, Chief of Police Patrick Ulrich, Village Engineer Robert Allen, Administrative Hearing Officer Thomas Bastian, Open Meetings Officer, Act Officer Paula Schumacher, Freedom of Information Act Officer Samuel Hughes and Scott Skricky in his absence, Planning and Development Services Director and Zoning Administrator Roberta Grill.
So moved.
Second.
Moved by Trustee Daney, seconded by Trustee Gunstein.
Let's be clear that the motion is to consent.
Consent to all those appointments, yes. The clerk, is there any discussion around that?
No.
The clerk, please call the roll.
Trustee Hopkins?
Yes.
Ranky?
Yes.
Swansky?
Yes.
Daney?
Yes.
Gansey?
Yes.
Gunstein?
Yes.
That motion carries.
Come back.
Thank you, Chairman Gunstein.
That is all I have tonight.
Thank you, Chairman Gunstein. Police and Health Committee, Chairman Swansky.
Thank you, President Wallace. We have nothing to report this evening.
Thank you, Chairman Swansky. Public Works Committee, Chairman Ranky.
Thank you, Mr. President. Everything on Public Works was on the consent agenda.
Thank you, Chairman Ranky. Any new business anyone would like to discuss?
No, but I did miss one thing. Congratulations on the open house. It went well. Seemed like it went well.
What's that?
The open house.
Oh, yeah.
open
How many
house.
people did you have going through the police department? 1,100? Around 900. 900? Wow. That was an awesome success.
It really was fantastic. It was great to see so many people, and it was great to see the police department, and it was very well run.
Yeah, you guys did a great job of organizing all the arrows and everything. Made it the traffic flow, and yeah, it was good.
It was true.
And we got to see 2 new puppies. That was always good. Yeah. Anything else?
I know that, and this came up in a conversation before the meeting, I know that IDOT is looking at revamping Route 20. Have we, even though it's outside of Bartlett, have we taken the opportunity to put our 2 cents in for the interchange or the connection between 25 and Lake Street as a way of maybe helping to handle some of the truck traffic at Lake and Naperville?
Yes, we were notified of the work that they're doing at Shales Parkway intersection and the length of that. So we put in comments for them to look at expanding the Naperville 20 intersection to try to improve that issue. So we do have comments in there. We actually recently contacted them to see if there's an interim improvement with the traffic signal timing, to see if we can get a little bit more for that northbound to westbound left turn. They, of course, said, Lake Street's got the predominant movement, so they're going to get the most time, but they said they would look at it to see if they could tweak that. So any improvement there would help, so they're going to look at that. So hopefully they can tweak that a little bit anyway.
Because it does seem like it's backing up more.
During the peak times, it definitely backs up, yeah.
Yeah, I would think there'd be eventually a long-term solution for that 25 getting on to Lake Street. It's so, you have to go down here to get on that way and up around this way. That doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, I haven't seen any improvements at 25, but the Shales intersection is going to be grade separated. So 20 will go over Shales is my understanding, like where the railroad bridge is, that elevation will continue. So there won't be a light there anymore, and they'll have on and off ramps. That's what it looks like where they're headed with that, which will help movement in that area. And then they're also, I think it goes all the way the limit goes all the way to, doesn't go all the way to 59, I think it's like right around Horizon. So we asked them to look at Horizon to see if they could also make an improvement there as well. So, we haven't got a response back, but they're in the early stages of getting feedback and all that stuff, so we'll stay on top of that.
Good. And finally, any update on the letting of Bartlett Road and 59?
At West Bartlett and 59, they actually awarded that. We had a pre-construction meeting. Alliance Contractors is the contractor. We're hoping that they're going to get started soon.
Good.
This summer for sure. They'll start out with utility relocates and that type of stuff. But we should, well, the pain will come with the intersection improvement when it's done, though. I think it's going to be much better.
Yeah, I think we should probably do some type of communication with the people, because Naperville Road's going to get worse when that construction starts.
For sure.
That's all possible, but, so communicating with trucking companies out there, doing everything we can to communicate them to see if there's a better, a different route, if they can try, if they're going westbound on 90, if they can go 25 to 20 to Randall Road to 90, things like that. Okay. Anything else? All right, I'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Second.
Moved by trustee Daney, seconded by trustee Sawanski. Will the clerk please call the roll?
Trustee Daney?
Yes.
Gansey?
Yes.
Gunstein?
Yes.
Hopkins?
Yes.
Ranky? Sawanski?
Yes.
We are adjourned.